All right, let's see. Okay, microphone is on.
YouTube, hello. Gwen Michelle sent to tell tales of self-help and hope. Let's go YouTube beautiful, YouTube streets, YouTube alleys, YouTube highways and byways. Big thanks for the space. Be encouraged, it's no race. Better save face and excel in your own personal lane. Always remain in charge of your own platform. Be yourself. I love breaking the norm. We have freedom on this app, news, music, rap. Whatever floats your boat, but careful not to devote all your time and be addicted. Some of these channels super wicked. Flying around grabbing folks and subbing, stealing folks' content, dubbing. Stay on the good side, careful not to divide. Too much thin lines of love and hate. Relax, relate. We all created to be great. YouTube rocking and sliding, trolls trolling, riding, looking to cause trouble. Caveman, Barney Rubble, lonely, stuck in a bubble. Witches trolling on brooms, incognito up in rooms, trying to be seen halfway in between crazy and lazy. Back to the good side in which I reside. My street is sweet and most definitely unique to push us all firm on feet. Been down, well, time to get back up, time to shake hell's gate and erupt the new sound, which is made of compounds of love, peace, progress, and release. Stay on the street, that'll meet you in the best times, in times to grind. Support me, follow me, like me, share me, collaborating, fake elevating, low-key, great from the lack to participate in snake action. When Michelle loves her own caption, be like that and tip your hat to the slow folks who ain't woke but want you to be blue like them. No sir, no way, James Robert Jim. Own lane is the best lane, create, be great, and never late for your own. Tell them devil kids, gone on. Much love, good peeps. Stay watching Satan creeps.
Peace and love, all my good folks. Come, make sure you woke. Let's talk about the state known for the overweight. Let's talk about the state with history not so great. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow is just a song. Here we stand, haunted land, white man, dirty hands. One thing for sure, black sure can endure. We survivors and most hearts pure. Yeah, M.I. crooked letter, we all must do better. Current events and crimes that hint change is desperately needed like a heart stent. Sit back and stay a view, let's see what the sip do. Marching bands, tribal lands, two-step dance, catfish, sweet potatoes, mud pies. Like Maya saying, still we rise. Mississippi news and music hosted by the 1 cent to tell tales of self-help and hope. Hope is the new dope and God is the way to cope. Let's go. Good people, time to go deeper. Yeah, let's go good people, time to go deeper. Relax, big hat, sit on back turkey over fat back. Come on through, sweet honeydew. Let me tell y'all a thing or two. Salute, utmost respect, black man. Yes sir, you are the man. Good times, family to shine, sit down, table dine, business class we flying. Encourage, motivated, keep trying, lifetime of peace. Blue magic grease, keep going, flowing, on, growing, big stepping, showing power like fire. Satan still a liar, work hard, retire. We come a long way, look like we here to stay. Devil tears, we do not play. Be yourself with class. Test trials, we shall pass. Hope is the new dope. High on to life, keep standing strong. Won't be long when Michelle be back with another song. All of this for you and me. We use YouTube carefully. turn the motors off. You know it's free, no cost. Let's sit for a few. Super strength, gorilla glue. My people, my folks, solid, thick egg yolk. They call it the Magnolia State. Boy, Michelle, one of the greats. Ain't too much change. Black folks still in pain. Hey, Mississippi sweet tea. What the latest be? Mississippi muddy waters. Bossed up, smarter. Mississippi catfish. Glowing like a wish. Mississippi mud pie. Crooked letter I. Let's talk about some Mississippi stuff. Some areas pretty darn rough. Let's talk about current events, sports, politics, whatever is meant. Kick on back for this news and music. Copyrighted, you cannot use it. Kick it in a chat, stay cool like that. Cowgirls, big hat, smarter than Daddy Cat. Let's go, enjoy the show. Don't like it? Hit the dough, go.
All right, let us go ahead and go. Once again, a one-woman show. Gwen Michelle sent to tell tales of self-help and hope. Get high off this hope dope. Back for this one here, my sweetheart's dears. Give me sec, lend me your ears. Been on the same, yes, big butter beans, field pick green, 6th birthday, I got a swing. We all came from there to here. Time rolling, almost another year. Yes, I am grateful for YouTube, way more good than rude. I now recognize my gift. Discernment on 10, the fakes I sniff. You already been warned, the word been out. Love God and you never do without. From the country fried chicken, crunchy, country boys hunching. Gone on now, cat, Gwen Michelle ain't like that. I like a man that is for me, no stress, flows naturally. Better understand your own stand and mind what pays. At that age for beautiful days. Anything else, baby, part ways. Self-help and hope, yes, brothers and sisters. The way to cope, flee from dark. We already lit the spark. Whole purpose of the lounge was for lost and found. We heard the sound and broke it on down. Self-help and hope mixed with I am okay dope. My Gwen Michelle, another goat. Surprise, surprise, by way of throat. And still I wrote. Need a little bit more. When it rains, it should always pour. Talking about true gifts and blessings. Wrong turn, start fresh, no stressing. Sometimes it takes a mistake in order to shake the inside. Saddle up, giddy up, time to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, you better decide. Go ahead, walk straight or enter prison's gate. Never too late, we all created to be great. Authentic, never fake. Big wheels turn, down south farmers still churn. City life often full of strife. Rural often cruel relationships. Flying to Mexico for new hips. Rednecks still chewing dip. Mount man barely understand what folk like me saying. Self-help and hope, yes, brothers and sisters. The way to cope, flee from dark. We already lit the spark. Whole purpose of the lounge was for lost and found. We heard the sound and broke it on down. Self-help and hope mixed with I am okay dope. My Gwen Michelle, another goat. Surprise, surprise, by way of throat. And still I wrote. Today, yes, today. Repeat with me and say, I am okay. Over and over, let it sink in. I too overcame, my friend. Your time to win. This shift, not just for Gwen. For all of us who are locked in and loaded. Washed, no longer corroded. May this one sincerely sink in. And all you fakes will cease to pretend. Not wise to bring horse flies to what is holy. Okay, ignore me, but I done told you. Be easy, good people. Gwen Michelle, another tale. Humbled, God-fearing female.
all right. A humble, God fearing female. You right about that. Our glory to the Most High God. Thank you, Lord, for another YouTube broadcast. Hey, Miss Patty, welcome. Welcome in. Welcome to Mississippi News and Music. I am your host, Gwen Michelle, and we're coming for an update tonight. Going to talk a little bit about some rough living. I think a couple of weeks ago, we went down to Jackson, Mississippi, and we visited the Grand Chateau apartments by way of YouTube. Not physically went. And this is the apartment complex that was without power. You know, it had been condemned since last year, but people are still living there. Okay, so since then, they have been forced out, if I'm not mistaken. But people have came back there and living there in unsafe conditions. And it's heartbreaking and it's sad. And it's getting to the point where the city of Jackson is having meetings and going about things and can't get in touch with the owners. Remember, the owner of the building was some guy, sounded like he was probably foreign or something. So they're still having issues with him doing whatever it is he needs to do, I guess, for to secure the property so that people won't keep coming back on there. So I ran across this tonight. I didn't really have anything. I didn't know what I was going to come on or if I was going to come on. But I saw this and I said, well, let's just go and look at this again. Because I remember we talked about it and we saw how these people were living. And it's, I guess my thing is, and it's so important, y'all, that we keep relationships, I would say, workable or something. Because situations like this, there should be some family member or some friend that will be able to offer a corner of a room to somebody, if not a whole room. It would be better than staying in a building with no power, no water. But then again, a lot of people may not even have family. I look at it as if like people that are only children and stuff that don't have siblings, or there's a lot of people who may be the last living relative. It's just, if my children don't go ahead and have children, then it's like after that's it with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it really makes me think, because we talked about earlier this morning, we had a good live stream about, we all have a story. We all have these people who are coming back there for shelter. They too have a story. They just hadn't figured some things out yet, or, haven't been in position to receive the help they need. Some people don't want help. I had an uncle who chose to live on the land. Like he had a anyway. He was one with nature. He'd rather sleep under the tree or what, seriously, and that's just how he lived his life. And he was okay. And he lived like that until he passed away on his 71st birthday. Yeah, he did. September 1st. That's coming up too. Rest in peace, Uncle John. But yeah, let's talk about Grand Chateau Apartments. I'm gonna go into the video here that's on the let me make sure the volume is let me reshare this so we make sure we got the volume. And they're gonna talk about the council people, city people, they're fed up because their phones probably ringing off the hook every day when people think that they can do things that that's not within their power. So I don't know what's going on. But if I was the mayor, I mean, if the owner take the bulldozer through I don't know. But see, we never know where we may end up. And that's why stories like this, you know, I bring awareness to for more than one reason. We have a lot to be grateful for. And we may not even stop to think today that you have a safe, right, Miss Patty, unsafe, that you have safe surroundings. We may not even think about that. Patty said, come on in from the wash. They got that in the tree house over here, Miss Patty. You know, I got that front yard. They out there on the lawn furniture. And it's so heartbreaking, when I see people like this, and then you have resources that are very limited. Some people may not even have an ID. They can't go get help because they don't have a state issued ID, whatever the reason may be. Some of them may have warrants. A lot of criminals are out here living under the radar. But so yeah, we're going to Jackson, Mississippi. Let's see what's going on in the capital city.
If you drive by the Grand Chateau and Chapel Ridge Apartments in Jackson, you'll see the trash, neglect, and units that have been taken over by squatters. Now, the owners of the two complexes are heading to court after our reporting. 3 on your side exposing the unhealthy conditions and safety hazards at the condemned apartments. Quentin Smith has been following this story, and he tells you how one city leader wants to take this legal fight to a higher court.
For the second time in less than 2 months, someone set buildings on fire here at Chapel Ridge Apartments. This is the leasing office. The burned and charred remains are still visible at the complex. Back in March, the owners ignored a judge's request to put a fence up around the complex to prevent things like this from happening. Now, one Jackson councilman says he's tired of owners neglecting their properties, and he says it comes down to one thing.
They just don't care. And when we get to don't care, it's more than just a public health hazard.
For more than a year, Councilman Vernon Hartley has been battling neglect at Chapel Ridge Apartments. In fact, if you go to the complex, you'll see the units ransacked by squatters and overgrown weeds. The owners had everyone move out of the apartments at the beginning of the year with plans to renovate them. But instead, squatters continued to trash the complex, and the owners never secured the property. Hartley says the neglect isn't just creating an eyesore, but it's also having a negative impact on economic development in the area.
It's preventing us from attracting more businesses and stuff in. It's doing a lot of damage.
Then, over at Grand Chateau, tenants are collecting raindrops in buckets because there's no water inside the condemned complex. All tenants were evicted more than a year ago, but they've continued to come back after being removed multiple times by a constable. The owner says he plans to secure the property, but at this time, he still has not done so. Both complexes sit in Hartley's ward. The councilman says enough is enough.
We've tried the environmental court with you. We've tried the easy ways. Now we need to take off the gloves, take him to another court.
Let me pause this just for a second. I meant to pause it,
but at this time,
around here,
come
yeah.
Back.
Third world countries, a lot of people, this is how they have to live. But in the, as Miss April said, United Snakes of America, this is not how the American, quote unquote, American way is supposed to be. How did it get to this point? Like, the city can only do so much because the owner is not cooperating. But you got fire strokes. Wait a minute. Do they need permission from the owner to just take this thing down? Like, this is heartbreaking to me. It's heartbreaking in more than one way. It's heartbreaking that people are okay to, like, because if you're not okay with it, then you're going to make some steps to try to change whatever may necessary. But back to the owner, if it's obvious he don't care, like the councilman said, the alderman, whatever, the owner does not care. This man probably is in debt with this property. He owed the water folks. He probably rent that been paid ain't. It's probably foreclosure. It's probably a bunch of mess. And for them to just allow those people to live in that like that, that's when does it get to a point where you're made to go to a shelter? But like Miss Patty said, she know people, and I was just shared about my uncle. They choose to live in the element, but the elements is one thing, but this is something different, right? You got exposed white. Well, I guess ain't no power. I don't know. I just know that Jackson, y'all got to something has to be done. We've got to the extremes in the state of Mississippi. Meanwhile, you got this going on, and then you got in North Mississippi, you got the police chief saying he want to beat niggas up, and down in South Mississippi, you got folks disappearing in the water, and nobody knows what happened. And in the same city with the slum apartments, you got people hanging from trees. Like, what is really going on? Like, and for these people, these politicians that can sit up and just, but see, I give kudos to this man. He's doing what he can. This person, whatever he is, councilman, whatever, in his district, he's doing what he can. He's voicing his opinions about everything. It sounds like he's making necessary steps. He's reaching out to appropriate people. But when does the governor step in? What do Trump step in? When do somebody come like those people up in Gary, Indiana? They've been without power for 2 weeks in the summer months. Those people can't cook. They outside grilling and stuff. They making the best of it, but this is third world activity. Now, I'm not going to say that we don't need to be preparing to live like this because we don't know. This is survival mode. If I had to, I'd catch water in buckets too. If I had to, but now come on now, how do people get to the point where we got athletes paid millions of dollars to go play like little kids, but you got people that have fallen by the wayside, and that is like the money need to level out some kind of way. Something needs to level out. Something. And I'm not saying aid these people who got habits, and I'm not saying all of that, but I don't know. I never wanted to be in the politics or nothing like that. But if I was, I probably would be a Jasmine Crockett. But then you voice your opinion, but at the end of the day, they not gonna really do what we say anyway. So yeah.
After being removed multiple times by a constable. The owner says he plans to secure the property, but at this time, he still has not done so. Both complexes sit in Hartley's ward. The councilman says enough is enough.
We've tried the environmental court with you. We've tried the easy ways. Now we need to take off the gloves, take him to another court and say, no, you're not just creating a public health hazard. You are creating calamity for a street, a neighborhood in our city. And we don't like that. Not at all. And we're coming after you.
Warrants have been issued for both owners at Chapel Ridge Apartments after they failed to appear in environmental court back in March. The owners of both complexes are now scheduled to appear before a judge in court on September 10th. Reporting in Jackson, I'm Quentin Smith.
Thanks, Quentin. Okay, so September the 10th, he said. I'm definitely going to be following up on this. I want to know what's going to happen. They got warrants out for the owners of the property. That's sad, ain't it? This is people. I have no words. I have no words because this didn't happen overnight. I can pull up videos from 4 years ago, where this same complex have been having issues, and it comes down to this. So I just still don't understand, like, in emergency situations. I understand the justice system. You got to go through proper channels and all of that. I do understand that. But when you have a public nuisance and you got people, unsanitary conditions and stuff. Can't they just bulldoze? I don't understand the law. Sometimes things just don't make sense to me. They would rather spend time, you know, doing other things than what is really happening in our face. Like that man said, that's not just creating an eyesore for the neighborhood. That's a dead reflection, dead negative. Hey, Matthew, thank you for Jackson itself. It's supposed to be the capital city. So, speaking of a couple of years ago, let me find a video that I wanted to share. Um, that the same apartments, because I say this stuff is not just starting, y'all. This apartment complex has a history of being Newsom type stuff. I don't know. It's just, how did it get? I'm wondering, how did it get to this point? How did it get to this point that the fires, the just, oh my God, they done stripped the stuff out the walls in the places. 6 years ago. Oh, that's Casa Grande. That's something else. A mess. Let's go to okay, this is the one we watched a month ago. So it's been a month ago. 9 months ago. Same apartment complex. Let's see. 10 months ago. It was fires over there. That's Castlegate, the one that they talking right next to it. So it's these two properties that are sitting side by side that are just nuisance. Jackson 6 months ago. This is one that's abandoned in Jackson. And these are nice. Let me show y'all this. And see, you got people displaced, but you got properties like this that can be fixed, but they're not being fixed. Let's look at this.
Calling on the city to step in, as community organizer Brittany Bowman says, enough is enough.
Blossom Apartments, an abandoned apartment complex in South Jackson where residents say conditions have continued to deteriorate for months as services were cut off and units left vacant, becoming yet another eyesore in the city of Jackson, leaving many people.
Just leave it, because I was like, I can't believe an owner will leave a vacant property, an abandoned property in such condition such as this, and then you have squatters, you have drugs, or any type of illegal activity being done.
And the damage shows immediately as you enter the complex. Bowman shared with 12 News the view upon arrival.
The office has been ramshacked. The apartment building across from us, there are doors off the hinges, trash, debris everywhere. And it's just horrible. It's another eyesore for the city of Jackson.
I reached out to the city of Jackson asking about efforts to address Blossom Apartments, but have not received a response at this time. However, Bowman and her team have taken matters into their own hands to protect South Jackson.
Me and my team have set out to say, hey, let's put out here to see what we can do to either hold the property owner accountable, or as a community, how we can rally around to get this either boarded up, cleaned up, but we have to do something because it's another haven for a drug.
So see, as you can see, it's a city problem. They got these apartments and places and stuff that, people are abandoning. I'm not sure. Well, I guess because they get behind on the payments or something. I don't know how this happens. But it's very heartbreaking. And I think it was another video, but I can't find it. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. That's when they were looking to place those people, and they put the air conditioners outside and all that. But anyway, so you got this city that's supposed to be the capital city of a state, but you have situations like this everyday conditions that needs attention, but they rather focus on something else. It's sad. So I just hope that something can be done. I hope that those people, if they don't show up for court, then whatever they need to do, they need to get these buildings, get them boarded up or something, because that's definitely that's not good. That's not a good look for nothing in the so-called United States of America. We're not a third world country, but again, though, some people choose to live like this, but they shouldn't be allowed to live in that, because that is definitely not safe. You can tell these college kids back in town, the ambulances and police roll all night again. It used to be quiet while they were out of school, but back in action. But thank y'all for stopping by, Miss Patty. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all the encouragement, for all of the celebration in the chat. Matthew, thank you for dropping the news stations. I appreciate y'all so much. I hope that y'all have a good night. And tomorrow, I'll probably come. I don't think I'll come on tomorrow morning. I'll probably come back on tomorrow night. Yeah, and do something else from Mississippi. All right, so have a good night, y'all. We're not gonna go out on a song tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and just end the live stream. Take care.